is autism curable when there is a late intervention for a 5-year-old kid?
Autism is my is everything mostly I do, and there is a question. There is an error in question: is autism treatable, or is there a cure for autism?
Yes, it's curable. The question exactly is autism curable when there is a late intervention for a 5-year-old kid?
Autism is not a disease. Please, first of all, on this platform, we are busting this myth about autism that it is a disease. We need to go to a doctor. He will cure it. He will give the medicines and it will be cured. No, autism is a neurodevelopmental condition wherein a child is not able to process language properly because the way we are teaching them, they are not able to understand that. Definitely, the whole onus shifts to the parent or the caregiver or the professionals who need to learn the way they communicate, who need to learn the deviant ways and the different ways. This is the whole theme of our discussion today. Destigmatizing mental health, destigmatizing these developmental disorders. Autism is not a disease, it is a neurodevelopmental disorder. Provided good help, provided good intervention, early diagnosis by a multidisciplinary team. The problem is that a child with autism usually visit a single therapist or a single doctor, then they are sent to one place, another place, another place. The holistic management of autism diagnosis should be multidisciplinary, which includes a medical doctor, preferably a developmental pediatrician who is trained for developmental disorders, and a psychologist who assess, an occupational therapist, special educator, speech therapist, who together work for this. After 5 years, what I said is like 0 to 5 years, like everybody knows 90% of the brain development takes place. 0 to 3 years is a golden intervention for any developmental disorders. It is not that the child will not improve after 5 years. Yes, improvements can be there, but they will be marginal. They might not be as good as could have been before 5 years of age. You should never stop working with your child, because we have seen in our clinical practices, there are good interventions which we have done, and child at the age of 12 years, 16 years, they have been functional. Please don't lose hope. Make sure that they get intervention on continuous basis. Krishna, I'll add to one thing here is like that parents of children with different needs or special needs are usually stressed. They go through a lot of turmoil. It takes a huge toll on their mental health. So what we have to tell them is that please take care of yourself first. There are two things. That is that you have to take decisions intelligently, not emotionally. Because we become, as a parent, once we are diagnosed with a disorder, we become desperate. We visit people who speak good about our kid and they give us some magical cures. For example, in autism, multivitamins, gluten-free, casein-free diets, hyperbaric oxygen therapies, stem cell therapies. These are all not recommended for treatments in autism spectrum disorder. The only recommended FDA treatments are behavioral modifications. And most of the people don't do it because it takes a little more time. It takes an effort on part of a parent. It's a little bit financially also taxing. So we find a shortcut. Don't find shortcuts, because if you are persistent and believe and trust in your child, have that connection, which we just said, connect between a parent and the caregiver is the most important aspect of early intervention.
I think that's very important. I think personally also I learned a lot about it, like, what we treat as a disease and what not.